Hello and welcome to Emirates News. I'm Hermione Mikura. The Vice President discusses current Islamic issues with the visiting Imam of the Grand Mosque in Mecca. Dubai denies Asian schools permission to increase their fees in the new academic year. And Emirates plans cost-effective offers to attract more tourists to Dubai and the UAE this summer. The Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and the Crown Prince of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, performed the Jummah prayer or Friday prayer at the main hall of the Dubai International Convention and Exhibition Centre today. Joined by thousands of worshippers, the prayer was led by the Imam of the Grand Mosque in Mecca, Dr. Sheikh Abdul Rahman Al Sudais. In his sermon, Al Sudais spoke about the tolerance of Islam and its message of peace delivered by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The Vice President also received later in the day at Zarbil Palace Dr. Sheikh Al Sudais and a number of Islamic scholars who are taking part in the Dubai International Peace Conference. Sheikh Mohammed discussed current Islamic issues with his guests. Later, the Vice President hosted a luncheon in honour of the scholars and conference participants. The meeting and luncheon were attended by Their Highnesses, the Crown Prince of Dubai, Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and Chairman of Dubai Culture and Arts Authority, Sheikh Majid bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Several other sheikhs and senior officials were also present. The Vice President today offered condolences to the family members of the late Ahmed Ramadan Jummah at their residence in Jumeirah. Condolences were also offered by Their Highnesses, Chairman of the Dubai Culture and Arts Authority, Sheikh Majid bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Sheikh Mansour bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and other senior officials. Entities in the educational and nuclear fields in the UAE and the US have joined hands to set up an educational institute in the capital. The institute will provide classroom instruction and hands-on experience in areas like nuclear energy, safety, security, safeguards and non-proliferation. The new facility will be named the Gulf Nuclear Energy Infrastructure Institute. Officials say that it will contribute to manpower requirements of the civil nuclear energy program in the UAE and the region. The UAE's civil nuclear program will need more than 2,000 employees by 2020, with the majority of them hopefully nationals. The first reactor will be up and running by 2017. Tonight's number in the news is 891. 4 suspects and 7 companies were acquitted of laundering 891 million dirhams, an amount which prosecutors described as the largest case of its kind in Dubai's history. The Dubai Misdemeanors Court acquitted the suspects, a British executive, an Indian financial controller, a Pakistani general manager, and an Emirati employee who had earlier pleaded not guilty. The primary judgment is still subject to appeal within 15 days. Whether it's the current economic climate or traffic, stress is on everyone's mind. So you think you're exempt? Well, according to a recent British Medical Journal study, stress at work can lead to the development of heart disease and diabetes, 2 major illnesses right here in the UAE. Joining us to discuss more is Dr. Tosatto from the Synergy Integrated Medical Centre in Dubai. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, Doctor.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
Tell us, what are some common signs of stress and anxiety?
A common sign can be mild sign. Can be physically, you can feel dizzy, you can feel oversweating, restless, and psychologically you have a feeling like constantly worry about the future and depressive thoughts or hypochondriac thoughts like, oh my God, maybe I'm sick. And yeah, these are the most common.
Ones.
Yes. After there can be symptoms more important, like for example panic attacks. So that is much
now,
more.
Doctor, what about identifying the sources of these issues?
Yeah, it's not always very simple because often the anxiety can be something more related with the personality. So I mean, for sure there are some causes, but are very very deep, maybe in the childhood or you know. And sometimes, even when the anxiety or the stress is connected with the environment, is more connected with the environment, is also difficult to identify one cause, because often there are many little causes that put all together in a row take the subject to develop an anxiety disorder.
So, for example, if you're examining someone with stress in comparison to someone with attention deficit hyperactive disorder, how would you differentiate between the two? Because, you know, both these cases would obviously show similar symptoms.
Yes, similar symptoms. Yeah, for sure, a sort of anxiety is part of the pattern of the symptoms of hyperactivity. Not always when there is anxiety, there is also hyperactivity. You can be, you know, from the external view, you can feel maybe calm because you don't have developed some physical symptoms, but inside maybe you are constantly worried and. You know.
That's great. Now, Doctor, we know the healthy ways of dealing with stress. I just want to look at some of the unhealthy ways that people choose to deal with certain disorders. Now, we have some avid smokers actually watching this program right now. So what are some other ways that are unhealthy ways of dealing with things like stress?
Yes, yeah, as you said, the smoke is the most common unhealthy way for dealing with anxiety. And is unhealthy for two reasons. The most known reason is that smoke is very dangerous for the health, for you know the possibility of developing cancer and heart disease. But it's also true that inside the smoke there is nicotine, and nicotine is a substance that that increases the anxiety. So you smoke, you have the sensation of feeling better, but in the very short period, and after you feel more nervous than before smoking. So after you smoke again, and it's like a cycle. You become always more nervous in reality.
Okay, and how do you know when you need help?
Oh, actually, you know when you need help because you feel very bad. Because you know, in a certain kind of anxiety, in reality, is good for performing. For example, now me and you, we are in front of the camera. A little activation, a little anxiety, especially me, because maybe I'm not used to this. You know. Is possible, but sometimes it's good because when you are under pressure, you are little activated, you perform better. So you don't have to work on your anxiety every time. You have to work on your anxiety only when you feel that is really something that or that affects your performance because it's too much, or even if it doesn't affect your performance, you feel really bad.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, Dr. Tosatto from the Synergy Integrated Medical Centre in Dubai.
Thank you.
A new central board for secondary education due to open in 2011 is expected to reduce seat shortages in Indian schools. The International Indian High School, coming up in the Dubai Silicon Oasis, a few kilometres off Emirates Road, will be able to take up to 3,000 students. Meanwhile, Asian schools in Dubai have been denied permission to increase their fees in the new academic year, which begins in April. 8 of the 23 Asian schools in the Emirates had applied to the Knowledge and Human Development Authority to increase their fees. They were planning to increase fees by 12 to 15%. The applications were rejected. Officials say that a freeze was imposed on the remaining 15 as well. KHDA officials say that Asian schools requesting an increase have availed of hikes of up to 26% in the last 3 years. We'll take a short break now, but still to come on the program, Dubai promotes tourism at Russia's #1 travel exhibition. Plus, residents and visitors flock to Taste of Dubai. Those stories and much more right after the break. Stay with Emirates News. Welcome back to Emirates News. Frequent flyers take note. Emirates Airlines is offering a unique package for families. Every family travelling to Dubai on Emirates Airline during the summer can claim free flights, free meals, hotel stays and entrances to attractions for 2 children under 16 years of age. Sherry Jamhu reports.
Well ahead of the summer, Dubai's Department of Tourism and Commerce Marketing has launched a package for visitors traveling into the Emirates. 2 children under the age of 16 can claim many freebies with every family traveling to Dubai on Emirates Airlines. This includes free flights, free meals, hotel stays, and entrances to many of Dubai's attractions. This campaign will run starting May 14th to coincide with the Dubai Summer Surprises shopping festival. Officials say the Kids Go Free program is not simply just a cut-price promotion. It underlines the strategy to establish Dubai as a year-round destination, appealing to all target groups. Last year, the Kids Go Free promotion was that one child aged below 16 could fly free when accompanied by 2 paying adults on an Emirates flight to Dubai. It also included a maximum of 2 children receiving complimentary accommodation, meals, and entertainment during their stay. Meanwhile, a new report by the Airports Council International shows that Dubai International Airport was the 15th busiest in the world last year for passenger numbers. It also ranked 5th for cargo traffic. Over 14 million passengers used Dubai's airport in 2009, a growth of 9.2% on the previous year. The figures showed that Dubai was one of only 4 of the world's 20 busiest airports to add new growth in 2009. That's alongside Beijing, ranked 3rd, Bangkok, ranked 16th, and San Francisco, ranked 20th. Sherry Jamkhou, Emirates News.
Today we hit the streets to ask you about your holiday plans for the summer. This is what you had to say.
We're from Chicago originally, and so we're going to go there to see it. And then this summer we're going to go back to Chicago for a little bit.
Fiji? It's where I went on my honeymoon and it was beautiful and we loved it, so I'd go back. Yeah.
Actually going to Mauritius, just because it's a lovely place to be, and especially during summer, and it gets a little bit hot here.
Actually, I prefer to go to Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt because it's a very wonderful area for as a tourist and to spend vacation over there. And I used to go there actually with my family, and also to go to North Coast in Alexandria. It's a wonderful area as well.
To Mauritius, and I'm in Dubai on my way back through, heading back to London. Came because it's been a really cold winter and needed some sun.
More on travel. Unite, the trade union that represents the majority of British Airways cabin crew, has announced a strike action. The strike will take place from March 20th for 2 days and from the 27th until the 30th. Trade union officials say that the strike will affect Dubai flights. As of now, British Airways is cancelling 1 out of 3 daily Dubai flights. The Dubai Department of Tourism and Commerce Marketing took part in the 17th Moscow International Travel and Tourism Exhibition. Officials say that the Russian tourism sector is showing more interest in Dubai and the UAE. They also happen to be big spenders. The MITT exhibition is Russia's #1 exhibition for the travel industry and one of the top 5 travel exhibitions in the world. Officials say that Russia is one of the top 10 countries for big spending tourists. Currently, Russian tourists spend $25 billion on their holidays each year. MITT traditionally welcomes over 8,000 visitors.
We plan to attract as many tourists as we can in the coming years from Russia to take advantage of the services that we offer in tourism within the Emirates.
The UAE attracts a lot of attention from Russian tourists, and many choose to stay there after their visit.
And now let's take a look at today's currencies. A Radisson Chef's Challenge titled The Taste of Dubai 2010 has taken over the amphitheatre and park complex of the Dubai Media City. The chefs were given their own ingredients in addition to a basket of mystery ingredients. They were then challenged to create a winning dish while 5 women from the audience judged the competition. The 4-day event, which ends tomorrow, is expected to attract more than 15,000 food enthusiasts. We'll take another short break now, but still to come on the program. Sammy the whale shark of Atlantis swims back to her mysterious depths. And scientists discover a way to force cancer cells to age and die without using toxic drugs. Those stories are much more right after the break. Don't go away. Welcome back to Emirates News. Documenting the world of film and various events, Magnum Cinema, an exhibition of cinema-themed images from the famous Magnum archive, opened today at Emirates Towers. Coinciding with Art Dubai, the exhibition has toured in various forms to over 60 venues worldwide. Featuring over 124 photographs, visitors can look forward to portraits of film icons such as Marilyn Monroe and James Dean. The exhibition also features shots taken behind the scenes at films over the years, providing an introduction both to Magnum and cinema's heritage. Magnum Cinema will run at the Kashta Gallery until next week. Dubai's luxury hotel, the Atlantis, has released Sammy the whale shark, who was residing at the hotel's aquarium. Hotel officials say that the female whale shark was rescued after being found in distress in 2008. Officials say they'll continue to track her progress through a tagging program co-developed with the Mote Marine Laboratory in Florida. Whale sharks are the world's largest fish species. They grow to an average of around 800 meters in length. They are found all over the world in tropical or warm seas. It appears that economic concerns have triumphed over environmental ones. The Japanese today welcomed the UN's rejection of a proposed trade ban on Atlantic bluefin tuna. However, they urged their existing quotas to be more strictly enforced. Japan alone consumes about 80% of the world's Atlantic bluefin tuna. Figures reveal that stocks of the fish have fallen by 60% between 1997 and 2007. Asia, Africa, Latin America and the Caribbean complained that any ban would damage their fishing communities. They feared that the price for the pink and red meat of the fish would soar or even vanish from some menus. Only the United States, Norway and Kenya supported the ban. Inspired by the Easter season, a 3-ton and almost 4-metre-high chocolate bunny was unveiled in Johannesburg. Sculptor Harry Johnson built the statue in an attempt to break the world record for the largest chocolate bunny. The bunny was shown inside a Perspex housing structure with a controlled temperature to keep it from melting. Johnson is known for being the fastest sculptor in the world. After 3 days of chipping and melting solid chocolate, he was able to produce the bunny replicate. The bunny will be broken down in a week's time, and 250 underprivileged children will have a chance to taste the chocolate bunny. New revelations by the Harvard School of Medicine research in Boston succeeded in opening doors to a promising generation of cancer treatments. Scientists have discovered a way to force cancer cells to age and die without using toxic drugs. The study conducted on mice concluded that blocking gene SKB2 will make cancer cells age. The procedure also weakens the cells, which prevents them from dividing and stops the growth of malignant tumours. The findings were identical to tests conducted on cancer cells derived from human prostate. This has led doctors to believe that a new cancer drug will soon emerge. So that's good news for many. Now let's take a look at the local and international weather forecast. And now here's a recap of tonight's main headlines. The Vice President discusses current Islamic issues with the visiting Imam of the Grand Mosque in Mecca. Dubai denies Asian schools permission to increase their fees in the new academic year. And Emirates plans cost-effective offers to attract more tourists to Dubai and the UAE this summer. And on that, we end tonight's program. If you have any comments, suggestions or thoughts, you can email us at emiratesnews@dubai1.ae. And if you miss an episode of Emirates News and want to catch it later, you can watch a streaming video of the news on our website. The address is www.dubai1.ae. On behalf of the entire news team, thanks for watching and good night, UAE.